This is Speakeasy with Cheesemondo on RPO Radio, broadcasting real people's opinions.
And hello everyone, this is indeed RPO Radio. I'm Cheesemondo and this is Speakeasy, the Paranormal Supernatural Call-In Show. Welcome everyone. Ghost in the Attic, who you call J.R. Warren. How are we all doing? I'm going to give it a few minutes. There's nobody on the line, so you're going to have to listen to me. Hello Tusk. You're going to have to listen to me chat away for a bit. Incidentally, being as Tusk is here, if you haven't seen Tusk's any of Tusk's recipes on his channel yet, check out his channel. Really good stuff, and makes me want to eat proper food. And there's a meatball thing. I haven't seen the meatball thing yet, Tusk, but I'm all muffled again. My goodness, what is happening? Hello. Is that any better? I'm wondering, is it just me being nasal, or is it actually something wrong with this microphone? If I said pizza, piper, pizza, pecker, pickle peppers. There's a new one going up tonight. It's finished. Once it's finished rendering, awesomeness. Awesome. Am I sounding any better? Do I sound better or not? I can't quite tell. I did a full mic check before we went live, and then something weird happens. It's still very muffled like last time. I don't know anymore. I really just don't. I just don't know. This maybe I might have to do away with this this microphone. It seems to be fairly hit and miss. I can't even check myself while I'm live, which is frustrating. It sounds like you're talking inside a cardboard box. What if I am inside a cardboard box? I don't know why it would do that though. Have the vacuum tubes. That's exactly it. It's old-fashioned technology. They've got to warm up a bit. What have I done that's weird then? Don't understand why this microphone is such a pain in the ass. Anyway, I'm not sure the vacuum tubes have had a chance to warm up. I'm just wondering why this microphone is such a whiny son of a biatch. Okay, what about that? Is that any better? If I sit back from the microphone a bit, is that any better? Is it just I'm overloading the poor little thing? Living in a box, living in a cardboard box. Is that a content ID claim right there? Did I sing enough of the song to get struck? Let's find out. Join Cheesemondo live as he destroys his channel with content ID claims. Try standing on my head. No. No. Is it still really bad? Can anyone? Is it still really bad? I don't know. I don't know how these happen. Oh, that sounds pretty good to me. Worth a shot. Okay, it sounds all right to me when I listen to myself. So maybe this. Okay, is that something weird going out over the internet thing? Whatever that is. Describe really bad. What if I do that and that one? Hello, Boomer. The guys are just helping me with sound issues. I've gone live with some sounding like I'm in a cardboard box apparently, and I can't figure out why for the life of me because I sound okay to me. That was worse. How is that worse? Seriously? I tell you what, I'm going to call this a day, and I might have to just get rid of this microphone. Audio's gone. How is the audio gone? Man, do you know what? I thought, yeah, get a vintage mic. It'll be really cool. Thought it'd be really, really cool. Okay, what about that? I thought get a vintage mic. It'll be really, really cool. It won't spoil the thing to have a modern microphone in the center of the screen. And yeah. And then we get at this point where I do a full mic check before I go live, and then I go live, and it's utter crap. Utter crap. Am I semi-reasonable now? I just can't hear the stream myself. And if I do, it'll feed back and you'll hate me for it. Louder, more clear. I'm not gonna touch a damn thing then. Awesome, thank you. So here we are. It's sort of okay. I'll have to listen to the stream back. Sorry, I can't figure out what's gone wrong. Singing. That's a separate stream. That'll be a separate stream of me singing. That'll have to be a Get Drunk with Mondo stream. See, even YouTube says there's no audio coming through from me, which is really disturbing, but I can see it going out. I'm wondering if YouTube is picking on me again. Took forever to go live. So, anyway, I've forgotten completely why we're here. This has just become a group microphone fixing circle. So there's 7 of you watching. I think I know everyone I've seen in the side chat. If you are new here, make yourself known in the side chat. Everyone is really, really friendly, and would all say hello. If you're thinking about calling in, you know nothing of my powers. Is this because I still owe you money, Boomer? Is that what's going on? Are you using your Australian Jedi mind skills to mess with my microphone? If it is your first time here, the details to call are pinned in the side chat. They're in the description of the video. You're amongst friends. We've had some really, really good calls over the past few weeks. The show's still picking up. It's still a little bit slow to start. It normally takes a good 20 minutes, half an hour before somebody does call in. I guess that's just to figure out whether or not I'm full of crap. If you are from any of the paranormal groups that I have been pestering, give me a call or write something in the side chat, and we'll read it out and start a bit of discussion. Maybe it's just gremlins or ghosts. I hope it would be awesome if it was ghosts. I am going to try and do one of those EVPs that Frank was talking about 2 shows ago. I might try one of those live. I just need to figure out how not to destroy the illusion too much by bringing some modern tech on. If I could find a reel-to-reel, I would be over the moon. I am looking for a typewriter as well. That's going to be quite cool. I figured just a typewriter here on somewhere. I might have to change the set a bit, but a typewriter on the desk might be pretty awesome. Especially because I found a way to connect it and get it to work in the side chat. So that would be awesome. So how are we all doing? Is there anything going on I need to know about? Has anyone seen anything of particular paranormal, supernatural interest in the past week or so? I watched a video on the tubes recently suggesting that Bigfoot, again, going back to old-fashioned Bigfoot, which is the one I much prefer, suggesting that the old-fashioned Bigfoot is indeed the missing link, and they were able to find a place for it on the kind of history of different humanoid species. It was kind of weird, but that would be my kind of Bigfoot, it being a giant ape type thing, and not a transdimensional cloaked being that appears at will, can't be taken pictures of. But yes, so that was kind of cool. If for those of you who weren't here on for the Tuesday show, I was in the forest over the weekend. Clive Wells says I saw a fur making a rational argument. Oh, no, you didn't. Just kidding. Of course you didn't. There is no rational argument for flat earther other than nah. If you're a flat earther, give me a call. I'm not going to debate whether the Earth is flat or not. I'm interested in more the conspiracy side of it, and why, and what we would have to gain by hiding it, and how all these people are keeping silent. If any flat earther does want to call in and talk about that, I am good with it. I'm not going to get into apparent horizons and curvature and physics and things like that. I'm more interested in the conspiracy side of it. So if you want to talk about the conspiracy side of it, because I might be missing something, and I'm always happy to learn things that I don't know about, even if it's a conspiracy. So, who have we got in the side chat? We have got OK Boomer, hello. Clive Wells, Dr. Lord Stinky Butt the Butler, aka Stinkster. Does that get longer every time I read it? I think it does. Tusk, of course you're there. In fact, let's give you a. There you go, Tusk. If you wanted to throw a link to that video that's going up later in the side chat, you should be able to do that. It might take a couple of seconds to catch up, but there's a blue wrench of awesomeness heading your way. I'm not the droids they're looking for. Definitely not the droids they're looking for. And Facty's there as well. Hello, Facty. Facty, that's quite a lot of Mondo points you've got there. You must have been here before. It's gotten longer since last time I was here. You just try and catch me out, because it's one of those things I have to really struggle to read. I had you in mind when I made the video, and Sasquatch is on the menu. Well, Sasquatch is the entire... Awesome. And yes, indeed, as Clive Wells has instructed, subscribed to Tusk. The cooking stuff is amazing, Tusk, and it really does. It really does make me want to cook along, because I like stuff like that, and I like your kind of way of doing it, because it's not like some cooking videos can be pretentious. You just kind of do it, and I like that, and it looks fantastic at the end without having to spend hours trimming up your veg and making sure they're all uniform sizes and all of that nonsense. It's cooking as it should be, as your mum did it, or your gran. Cooking as your gran did it. No nonsense. It's not like getting Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen with his 13 Michelin stars. Tusk says, I'm a fully qualified chef, but I hate all that poncing around. It doesn't add anything to it, does it? I mean, when you cook that, was it Penang curry? I think it was a Penang curry. That looked great when it was done. It was great, and you didn't spend. There was a chunk of a pepper, and you didn't like. You just like got it. Tore it up a bit, threw it back in. I loved it. It's great. No nonsense. Oh dear me. Is there a panda? See, I shouldn't read. I shouldn't ask people to put things inside chat because I can't read. Pandan. curry, pandan curry. Chef and a lawyer. Where do you find the time? I didn't. You were a lawyer, Tusk. I'm not anything at the moment. I'm just some idiot on YouTube at the minute. So, still 7 of you. I've been hounding. I feel a bit sorry for paranormal people lately. I've been hounding various paranormal groups. I think I'm up to about. My group count is about 275,000 people that I harass to come on this show. I didn't know you were a lawyer, Tusk. Awesome. So yeah, I've been harassing various groups to come on the show, and obviously no one's taken me up on it just yet. But the feedback I've got is, and we saw it last week or Tuesday with somebody in the side chat. Am I an idiot or not? I probably am an idiot, but the point of this show is just to hear what people have got to say. And what experiences they've had. It's not a debate or a debunking. I'm not here to poke fun at anyone. This is just I got bored of poking fun at people, and I thought I'd listen instead. So that's the point of this show. And it's kind of growing. I've got a Facebook page and things like that, and I see people reading my tweets and stuff, and the various Facebook posts go through okay. A lot of them are just people posting random pictures, though. Although, if anyone remembers Geo Sam's call about the burnt-in footprint, I asked a load of paranormal people what that burnt-in footprint might be, and they were all pretty stumped until one lady came back and said it was probably a demon telling you to get the hell out of their territory or out of the house or something like that. And I went back to follow-up questions as to what type of demon would do that, and how you recognize it. What would do it and why, and did it have a name? I was looking for specifics, but never got anything back. But so Geo Sam may have come in contact with a demon, which would be awesome. Well, I suppose not awesome, is it, to come in contact with a demon? It's just interesting. I'm not convinced that demons exist myself, but hey, what do I know? Just a dick on the internet. Lawyer and one skilled in circumvention law firm. Yes, that is the definition. I'm also the Incredible Hulk. I did a guitar video the other day, and I looked like I eat steroids for every meal. I haven't seen that one, but we'll have to have a look. I'll have to look at that. I'm also the Incredible Hulk. YouTube is still saying there's no audio going out, which is really, really odd, but clearly you people can hear me. I hope you can hear me, otherwise you're just lip reading. Very talented people, or you've all got the closed cap. No, I'm not sending closed captions. No, but that would be quite funny to think that everyone was just looking at me talking to myself. And... Hello, Colon. It's a quiet day in the speakeasy today. We're just chilling and hanging about for a bit and seeing if we get somebody calling in. There was a lady who commented. I don't remember her name. She did comment and ask. Good, thank you. It's been playing Silly Buggers, Colon. As soon as I do a good audio test, and as soon as I go live, it sounds like I've got a cardboard box on my head. Apparently, is the phone off the hook? No, it's definitely on the hook, waiting for a call. There was a lady going to call in, and I think it was Elizabeth. And I think it was Elizabeth. I may have just made that name up in my head. She asked specifics about what days and times the show was on. Incidentally, if you're watching this on replay, if the shows are never a good time for you, if you hit me up on Discord, I will set up a call with you and we'll record it, and then we'll feed it into the show at a later date. that's easily done. So if either of the times don't work for you, just find me on Discord, email me at realcheesemondo@gmail.com, and we'll figure something out. And if need be, we can record it and play it later. And if anyone has been on the show and want clips of their calls for their own channels, then let me know and I'll make that so. Colon says, is the temporal mechanics possibly sunspots? It could vary. It's boiling here in Colorado today. It's 91 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And I was driving around for about 2 hours this morning, absolutely roasting, and the aircon just wasn't getting cold. It was horrible. Is there a fake Cheesemondo? There is actually another Cheesemondo on YouTube, but they don't have any videos on the channel. And when I was choosing a username, I did a search for users, but this person didn't turn up. So now I think there's at least 2 of us on YouTube, and possibly 3, which is weird. No way I'm being handed by Banjo Vampires as it is. If I put it on my own channel, as many as 3 people might see it. That's not true, Tusk. I've seen the views on your channel, and it's growing quite nicely. Because I think you're doing something different than the rest of the people, and that's always a bonus. Is if you're doing something different, you seem to do much better than copying the same crap that everyone else is doing. Because at the minute it's all Sovsits and Karens, isn't it? Which gets a bit dull, a bit like Flat Earth, because what happens is somebody like CC will put a video up, and over the next week, 4 or 5 people will review the same video. I might ban Banjo Vampires. I don't want them spooking Tusk, but you know what I mean. You get CC puts a video out, and then all the bigger channels hit it, and then all the smaller channels hit it. And eventually you're just watching more or less the same commentary over and over and over. And then I've noticed it started happening with Sovsits now, and they're all doing the same Sovsits. As soon as one of the Sovsits posts something stupid, it appears on all the different Sovsit channels. So yes, Tusk. In short, doing something different should work out really well for you. And I love the way you do it. It's really no nonsense. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, because I like it. Even if you just make the videos for me, I'll watch them. Even if nobody else does. And I'll like and might put a comment underneath as well, which I think I've done a couple of times. I only have subs because Keela trolled me for a month. The Keeler effect. Let's see, 9 people watching. I've got loads of space on the lines. Again, it's normally about half an hour into the show before somebody will actually call in. I will have to start some regular announcements or some section at the start of the show to buy me some time so I can convince people to call in. But as always, if any of you know somebody in your circle of friends or your family or somebody at work that has had a paranormal or supernatural experience that they'd like to talk about, if they believe in a conspiracy, or if they're the person that says you'll never believe this, guess what's happening now, give them a link to any one of the shows and get them to look out for the next live show. And they'll be treated really well. We always have good fun. The calls are always really good. Side chat always looks after people. But yeah, send them a link, or give them my Discord or Twitter or email or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm just trying to find more people to call in and share their experiences with me. Something odd is happening with the view count as well. That's why I keep getting distracted, because it goes up and then it drops down to like 2, and I'm like, oh shit, I've lost everyone. They're all gone. Is there a place you can find Topical paranormal stories. Oh wait, it's called Reddit, but won't be invented for 60 years. That's the issue. All this cool stuff is going to be invented in the future. Thank you, Vishanti. Hello, by the way, Vishanti. That's the thing, is all the cool stuff. The best technology I've got to hand right now is probably a telegraph, where I could write somebody a letter, sternly worded letter. That might be fun. Nobody writes letters anymore. Although I have had pretend ones. For some reason, even though I won't be registered to vote here for something like 10 years, I still get letters from senators, but it's not real letters. It just looks like letters. So you get this beautifully ornate envelope with, it looks like handwritten inscription on the front, handwritten name and address, and the letter inside looks all handwritten. Until you pay real attention, then it's all printed and mass produced. But yeah, trying to get them to vote on specific gun laws and things like that. Do I want to donate to a gun law? I'm not sure I do. Although we do have guns in the house, which is something about a year ago you would never heard me say. Cheesemondo, tell us your predictions for the future in 10 and 15 years' time. Oh, God. If there are any fans of, there's going to be a show of art. There's going to be a show called Archer, which is a knockoff of James Bond, and it's going to be voiced by the people from Bob's Burgers. All good shows. If you do have a chance to buy into any animation studios that are making movies called shows like Bob's Burgers. Anyway, long story short, watch out for Adolf Hitler. He's a bad egg, is I believe how Archer describes him. You're going to want to buy shares in Microsoft, and there's going to be a guy called Steve Jobs. And if you're ever in a position to lend him a couple of bob when he starts talking about building his own computers, then go for it. There's also going to be an issue with I could spoil the entire timeline. I could do a Loki and then destroy the entire timeline and start giving out football results from the past. I used to write long, boring, utterly pointless letters to business owners to complain about trivial things just to waste their time. Is that because... Now, I know somebody who's done similar because they didn't want to sue somebody, but they wanted to make their life miserable because they knew that their lawyers charged to read every letter, so they did that on a regular basis. They wrote to the lawyers every day, and of course the lawyers then billed the customer for opening the letter and reading it, which seems slightly dirty. But yeah, that's I suppose that's a fairly passive aggressive way to get your own back on somebody. Colin says, good news though, Cheesy. They did invent the ballpoint pen in 1888, so they've been around for a while. The closest I've got to in the 30s is a pencil, and I'm not even sure that's period appropriate. Crocky supremacy. Tusk says, I emailed Coley Noodles to complain that hot and spicy was a descriptor and not a flavour. They replied, oh my god, shut up. Hot and spicy isn't a flavour. Will the Broncos ever win the Super Bowl? They will. Only once. Somebody's calling in. Awesome. Can't quite see who that is yet. They're going to let the system do its thing. The Broncos will win. At least once. Will England ever win a football tournament? Not as long as every single time they get anywhere, the entire country puts pressure on them to the point where they just fold. Because England isn't happy just to win. I don't know what that call is in the queue. It just says cuts. Yes, England's got this thing. England's got this thing where oh my goodness, the phone system's gone nuts. England's got this thing where if they're in any kind of tournament, I'm going to get to that caller now. I'm just not. It's just looks. Oh, there's two. Jeez. No, there's not. There's one. They put too much pressure on themselves, and then they fall. The call system's gone completely nuts. I seem to have 4 calls from one person. Okay, I'm going to refresh this, and then I'm going to get this caller on and see what the jig is. No idea who this is. It just says cuts, so I'm hoping it's somebody I know. Let's see if this works. Hello.
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 Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. You're live on the internet.
Ah, you're very quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that any better?
No, it may be my phone. I've got a little cheap burner at the moment.
Okay. Who? It doesn't. The call screening robot doesn't give me any information. It just says cuts. So, do you want to tell us who you are
cuts,
and what you want to talk about?
Well, I'm from North Wales. I think you know the area.
I do.
I think you are from originally Conway. I'm from Colwyn Bay.
Oh, I'm originally from Cardiff. I was born in Cardiff.
Oh, right.
So
I thought you said something about Conway.
From South Wales.
Oh, no, that might be, is it Barman?
Yes, the barman's up from, I think he's from that end of the world, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I did have a little story. I don't know if it's interesting or not.
Go for it.
Can I just check you hearing me? Okay.
I can hear you, and from the looks of things, the internet can hear you as well. And I'm sure somebody will tell me.
Okay, it's probably my phone. Okay. Well, do you want me to carry on my story?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Okay. When I was a young teenager, probably, I think it was when we first started high school. So when's that? Sort of 11, 12 in UK. I used to live by a high school, and me and my friend used to play behind the high school after school hours because there was tennis courts and basketball courts up there, and there was a massive wall we used to play tennis against and football against. And we were up there one time, and there was a forest next to the school. And as we were walking towards the forest, we saw this farmer. He had a flat on, sort of, what are those vests called? Do you know what I mean? Those, like a... the vest, the jacket vest sort of thing. I think the name for them, but
I'm not sure what you're trying to describe. Sorry. Do you mean like a high vis jacket, something like that?
No, like he looked like a farmer with a vest on, like a jacket vest, sleeveless jacket vest.
Okay, like a tank top thing.
Anyway, yeah, but more like a. No, he had a shirt underneath, like a shirt. He had a green shirt, and then a sort of jacket, but of a. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, and he had a flat top on, and he had a shotgun holding down in his right hand, and he was holding it over his right shoulder. And he was walking towards us, and all we could hear was dogs barking.
Okay.
And it sounded like at least 5 dogs were barking. And as he walked to us, me and my friend Adam, we thought, oh, what the hell? Who's this walking towards us with a gun? So we ran around the corner of the school. This is behind the school. And this wouldn't have done us any favours because we would have been trapped. But the next thing, and a door opened, and we got a hand on the shoulder. And it was the caretaker at the school, and he pulled us into the classroom. He said, right, you're going straight to the headmaster. So they must have stayed after school. He said, what are you doing behind the school here? So we said, well, there's a guy with a gun now. There's a guy with a gun. So the caretaker looked round the corner, and there was no one there, and the dogs had stopped barking.
Oh, wow.
And from where we were, there was no way, from the length of the building, from where this farmer with a gun was, with the dogs, there was no dogs. We heard the dogs, but we didn't see any dogs. From where we were, we never actually, there was no way that he could have gone anywhere. So the caretaker said we were lying, and he took us to the headmaster, and yeah, we got in trouble for it.
Wow.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Oh, so was that just a one-off, or did any of the other kids say they'd seen a similar thing? That's really weird. That's really weird.
The thing is, I know a lot.
Go on.
A lot of people talk about ghosts like being, sort of shimmering shades and stuff like that, and fog. But what we saw was a real person. It looked like a real person, but he didn't look like. He wasn't. I mean, this was like 20 years ago, but he didn't look like from our time. From what he was wearing.
Well, you don't see many. I mean, there's a few shotguns around, but you don't see many shotguns around, do you? And they certainly don't carry them openly.
Not really in North Wales either, and
No.
I'm by the coast as well, so it's more sort of inland, really.
So that's odd. That's odd in the first place. But then, yeah, to hear dogs and have them disappear on you is just creepy.
Yeah, my sort of question is really, when people see ghosts, are they actually seeing real people? Well, I mean, what they think are real people, but they don't even realise the ghosts because they look like real people. Because to me, that looked like a real person. But there was no way he could have vanished because...
That's a really interesting thing to say. That is an interesting thing to say.
Where the farmer was, from where we were to the farmer was about 10 metres, and from the farmer to the forest by the school was about 75 metres. There's no way he could have run off. There was no corners he could have run around. And plus the dogs stopped barking. It was like there was a pack of dogs barking and there was no dogs anymore. All of a sudden, when the caretaker came out, nothing, gone.
It just stopped. That is really weird. You blow my mind a bit, because that's a question I've never thought to ask. Is what if sometimes you just see people that are ghosts because they're not shimmery and looking like a blanket and that, like Ghostbusters ghosts. They're just regular people wandering around. I've told people of this a few weeks ago, but I'll tell you now. I went to one of my buddies in Wales talked me into going to an old asylum outside of Dinas Powys in South Wales. So if anyone wants a point of reference, we went there and it was all quite. It'd been demolished. It'd been out of service for a number of years. It was ruined in places. Now we were wandering around there, and I thought I saw somebody looking over the top at me. So I went and got my friend, and I was like, "Look, we're gonna have to go because somebody's watching us." And he said, "Right, where were they?"
Oh,
so I pointed, and he said, "You seeing things?" And I said, "No. I saw it. There was a person there. They were looking at me." So he took me inside.
Yeah.
And inside, there was no upper floor for somebody to stand on. The floor had all collapsed. So all it was this wall that just made it look like 2 stories. And I thought somebody was looking over the top at me. But actually, there was nowhere for them to stand on the inside. So that messed with my head. That appeared to be a real person, though.
Yeah. Well, this is what sort of this was the thing with me. It was a real person. I saw it as a real person, not like apparently. Well, a lot of people say when you see a ghost, it's like I said, like a foggy sort of figure and that. But it wasn't to me. It was a real person that I saw with a shotgun over the shoulder, walking towards us, and that's why we hid around the. And there was two of us. It's not just me. We both saw it, so we can both corroborate it. So
that's.
I think if anything is anything to do with ghosts, it's more likely to be sort of the real person, the real looking aspect of it. So, would you be able to tell the difference? How would you tell the difference?
As soon as you said that really messed with my head, because then I thought, well, that's a good point, because I've had a similar experience. But how, if it was a ghost, how would you tell the difference? If it's not kind of Hollywood Ghostbusters ghosts, then are we all seeing more ghosts than we're aware of, because they're not particularly spooky? It just looks like another person, and that's messed with my head slightly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really believe in it all, but I can't deny what I saw. There's no way this. I mean, he was a chubby guy, and he was holding a shotgun, and there was loads of dogs. There's no way he could have run off and told his dogs to silence all at the same time in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's what makes it weird. That's what does, and the fact that
the dog thing was a big thing to me. Sorry to cut off.
No, go on.
Yeah, well, the dogs thing was a big thing to me because it sounded like there was a lot of dogs barking. Farms have dogs. I mean, I'm in North Wales. We are quite close to farms. I have family who have farms and stuff, and you can't get dogs to shut up like that. It doesn't happen. When dogs start barking, they start barking. You can't just go zip it, and they just stop like that. It doesn't happen. So it's.
If you think back,
that was sort of one thing.
Could you remember what type of dog it was? Did it have like a? I think North Wales, there were a few beagle hunts, weren't there? There were a few, or mostly beagle hunts. Was it a kind of hunting dog bark or a? Because a beagle's got a quite distinctive.
I can't. I'll be honest. I can't.
It was a while ago.
I'm just trying to think of. Well, it was when I was 13. I'm 40 now, so. That's cool. Do sheepdog bark?
Depending on the sheepdog, but yeah, some of them got very, very distinctive barks. But I wondered if it had like a hunt feel to it. If he had a shotgun over his shoulder, did it sound like beagles, or because beagles howl more than they kind of bark, I guess.
Beagle? No, I don't think there's any beagles around there. I don't think there's. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think it's much of that going around there. From friends and family that I know, I've never heard of that.
Okay, there's a few in South Wales, and when I was growing up, they had the various fox hunts and things going on, and there was definitely a lot of beagles, but you could hear them from quite a distance away because they're just loud. And I would do an impression,
Beagles?
but I would just embarrass myself.
No, beagles are more yappy, aren't they?
They got like a howl, almost like a howl. I'm not.
No, it was definitely barking. It's what I expected sheepdog to sound like. It was just barking, but
awesome.
I hadn't really met any sheepdog at the time, so I couldn't really compare it to anything.
Awesome. And so, is that the only time in your life you've had something like that happen to you, or has anything happened since?
That was the only thing with the ghost. There was one other thing.
Go on.
Unless you got other callers.
No. Go ahead. Throw it all.
It's about UFO.
Excellent.
Okay. Look, I don't believe in all this stuff, by the way.
Okay.
I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in UFOs. Well, I believe in UFOs because obviously, They're just unidentified.
Unidentified. Yes. Yep. So
there was this one time I was living. I think I was. Do you want to carry on?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's this one time I was living at my parents' house. I think I was about 15. For my birthday, I was bought a pair of turntables. You know, I was into DJing. You know, turntables.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I had them underneath my window in my bedroom. My bed was next to it, and I woke up one night about I think it was 3 a.m, and for some reason I stood up and I opened my curtains, and I opened both my curtains, and I had a blind, what do you call it, a privacy blind thing.
Yeah.
And I leaned over my turntables, which was on the desk. I leaned over and I pulled my curtains to the side, and I looked out the window and up to the right, and I saw a silver pyramid slowly spinning.
Okay.
Look, you're all going to think I'm weird, but honestly, I saw this.
No, we've had we've had calls of lights in the sky and lights appearing and all kinds, and the people who call in are normally skeptics, so you're amongst friends. So it was.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't really believe in this sort of stuff. But it's weird, the fact that I got out of bed and I didn't go to the toilet. And why would I lean over? I mean, it was a struggle to lean over like I said, my turntables were on a desk in front of my window, so I had to lean over. So I had to physically exert myself to lean over, open my curtains, and then open the the privacy blind thing, whatever you call it. And then I didn't look straight out the window. I actually put my head to the window and looked up to the right. I physically had to turn my head and look. I looked straight at it. I didn't look forward. I didn't look left. I looked straight at it, and there was this. It was like a silver pyramid.
Okay.
And it was slowly spinning, and it looked like it was sparkling.
Okay, and what? How big are we talking? What kind of distance was it? Right outside the window? Was it some way on the horizon?
I can't tell the distance because it's hard to tell distance because I mean it could have been really close and really small, or it could have been really far and really big.
Okay. And it didn't make any noise?
Nope, nothing.
I haven't seen a UFO yet.
Watched it and then it just slowly. Pardon?
I was going to say I haven't seen one. I've never seen a UFO myself, but that was going to be my next question. Was did it? How did this end? Did it disappear? Did you look away?
Well, this is the weird thing. I felt really calm the whole time. It felt like I just got out of bed and just got moved to look at it, because why would I do that? Why would I get out of bed, open my windows, and squidge my head in the left corner just so I could look up diagonally right at the thing which was right there? Why would I do that? And then I went straight back to bed.
Yeah, you're right. That is a bit odd. It's almost like you were supposed to do it, or you knew something. Part of your brain knew something, the rest of it didn't yet. But yeah, that is odd to wake up and look out the window and then go straight back to sleep.
I've never done it before.
And
I've never woke up in the middle of the night and gone, oh, let's have a look out the window. Let's have a look at the, let's pull the privacy drapes back and let's have a look out the window at 4 o'clock in the morning. No, never done that before.
Oh, that's superb. That's really good. I can't even think of any explanation for that other than you were meant to see it, I guess. But yeah, that's really cool. Thank you.
Well, have you heard of pyramid UFOs? I've not.
No, No, it's not.
I don't really search for it. I don't really look into that sort of stuff. But...
No. It's best not to. It'll ruin your YouTube feed once you go down that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah,
You'll get recommended all sorts.
No, I'm just saying, like.
Because once I see, I've got that problem now. YouTube thinks I'm a true believer, and all I get now is ghosts and UFOs and all manner of weirdness. It's embarrassing when the family come over and use my YouTube account. Flat Earth and all sorts. Yeah. Well, Cuts, thank you very much for that. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
No, it's just so too. I just thought I'd let you know. I don't really believe in ghosts. I don't believe in aliens. But I just thought I'd share some of my things that happened.
And that's
they were true to me. Maybe for flat earthers, they're true to them. I don't know. But, I'm sure they haven't seen the flat Earth, have they? So.
Well, no, but we won't go into that one right now.
Yeah.
But that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I wanted to do this show, is because even the most skeptical amongst us have had odd things happen to us that we can't necessarily explain, and even the only one who has managed to do it is PhD Tony, who debunked himself when he saw lights in the sky. But other than that, most of us just kind of say, well, it's just unexplained and leave it at that. But yeah, that's really good. You don't necessarily have to.
Well, believe... that's what I mean.
Go on.
Sorry, well, yeah. Like I said, I'm 40 years old now. I'm a grown boy, and like I said, this happened when I was 13. So it's not like I'm trying to push it or anything. It's just a thing that happened. I thought I'd just explain it.
Thank you. You don't necessarily have to believe these things just happen sometimes, and that you don't have a reason for it makes it more interesting.
Well, I kind of want to find the explanation for the the triangle, the pyramid thing in the sky. I mean, the thing about flying saucers, everyone's going on about flying. It's always a disc, isn't it? But you never hear about pyramids.
Yeah, I've not heard of a pyramid before. That is a new. I've heard like cigar shapes, discs, that sort of thing. Egg shapes.
Maybe that's the real one.
It could be. It could very well be. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to Google this after the show. I'm gonna have to Google this pyramid UFOs and see what comes back.
Yeah, I've tried it. I'm gonna find anything.
Awesome. Well, Cuts, thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in. That was a really, really interesting call.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for watching as well. And hopefully, if anything else
Thanks
weird happens, you know who to tell.
No, it's been a long time, so nothing else.
Awesome.
It's been pretty boring since then. All right.
Thanks for calling in. Have a great night.
That's why I watch you, to find some interesting stuff. Okay. Okay. Goodbye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cuts. That was a great call. I have just tangled my microphone in my phone. Awesome. If there is anyone else out there, I'm going to run probably for another 10 or 15 minutes. If anyone else has got something they want to share, I've missed a load of side chat going past while I was talking there. Let me just scroll back and see if I've missed anything exciting. Tusk says, I once saw one of the Nolans. I don't think she was dead, but it was definitely her at least. At least I think it was. Hang on, not the Nolans. S Club 7. I think it looked like her. One of S Club 7 is dead. I don't. Colin says, I learned to play the tune from Close Encounters once, but the piano didn't start playing by itself. That only works if you know the hand. the hand thing. I don't think that was right. I think there was one move wrong there, but I think that's right. If that is right, I don't know how it's in my head. So, what are we all doing in the side chat? Who is here still? Colon. I never understood. It was the notes. It was like hand signals for the notes. It was just it kind of made the film kind of creepy. But I do like that. That is one of my go-to movies on a Saturday afternoon if I'm feeling a bit bored. So let me just have a look. 14:08. No one on the lines. But that idea that cuts. I think it's cuts. That idea he said where what if ghosts aren't like see through like rays and sparkly and shiny and lighty? What if they just look like people? In which case you probably see more ghosts than you think you do, which genuinely has messed with my head, because what if we all see ghosts and don't necessarily realize that we're seeing them because they're not Hollywood ghosts? With one of the Ghostbusters chasing them. What if they're just people? Do you get some mashed potato out as well? I have always wanted to do that in a restaurant and just order like 3 lots of mashed potato and build a Close Encounters mound. Line it with breadsticks. That might be a game to play in Olive Garden. Next time I'm there, I might see if I can get myself thrown out by building a. It's so ridiculous. That could be really funny. Sarcastic barman's here. I want mashed potato. I'm cooking lamb steak. Lamb steak. Hello, barman. Tusk says yes, but they do. Never met the alien hand inside the ear had ears. They didn't understand the stupid finger waggles and how they related to the notes. I don't know. There's a few parts of Close Encounters that I don't scrutinize too much. There is a kind of Independence Day, in Independence Day where they managed to write a computer virus that works on an alien ship without really understanding the language. There's a bit like that in Close Encounters, but I try and ignore it. But it's where they're setting the lights up, and it's they're copying the notes back and forth, and they got the guy at the piano playing the notes back to the aliens, and then the computer takes over, and it's like, well, how did that work? And what tune is he trying to play? And exactly, Tusk, how did they have a USB port on an alien spaceship? How fortuitous that aliens develop USB, unless USB stands for universe, not universal. Unless universal is the same everywhere. Have we all agreed on a USB standard across all species in the universe, and nobody told me? Barman says that's because the tech we use was all based on the alien tech from the downed UFO that was found in Roswell. But how did we have a cable? Do you know what I mean? I went for a drive yesterday, trying to charge my phone in the car. Couldn't find the damn cable to save my life. Then I looked around the house for the charger. Couldn't find that anywhere. Found like 14 different chargers for phones I haven't got or never had, which is disturbing. But yeah, how, and I don't know. I just don't know. It just I'll if I dig into it too much, I'll ruin it for myself, and that would be a shame. But I do want to build a large mashed potato mountain in Olive Garden one day, because they do like lots of mashed potatoes. Barman says, I stole all the cables. Do you want to buy that one? I ended up buying one. I was so pissed off. I don't know what happens to them. Aliens were still using Windows 9051 in 1998. Aliens. It just that Independence Day thing just does make me laugh that we just managed to write a virus. I mean, but my issue there is if we manage to write a virus to get the UFO down, why couldn't we just send it over Wi-Fi and just do it from the Earth? Do a show about the gnomes that steal USB cables and socks. I did see there it might even still be on the Tinterweb, but there is a website somewhere that claims that all physics is down to gnomes, and it explains basic physics in terms of gnomes. It might even be physicsisgnomes.com. Or gnomes is physics. I'm not quite sure. Right, it is 3 p.m. There is nobody on the lines. Is there anything I need to know? Anything anyone wants to shell out? Or where are we going to go next is my question. Barman, have you got anything on Tusk? When is your video out? Colon, is there anything you want to tell us about? And let's find Boomer. When are you guys on next as well? Let's get some shilling done in the side chat at least, and then I will kill it. So I'll give it another 2 or 3 minutes just for everyone to get the shilling done. If you throw something in the side chat, I will read it out, and then anyone. Yep. Tusk, you've got a wrench. You can do whatever you want now. So yeah, if you want to throw a link into the side chat, Tusk, do it. Barman says I'm going to make a video tonight. It will be up tomorrow. What's the video about, Barman? Is it going to be Barman? Did you see there's a guy been commenting on do you remember when Kate Shimmer What's-Her-Face got taken off YouTube and you made a video about it? There's a guy been commenting on that, and he called us misogynists. Because we thought Kate being taken off YouTube was funny. That apparently made us misogynists, and I wasn't having that. So it degraded into schoolyard stuff. Mostly my fault. Barman says, so this video that is going to be out tomorrow is a mixed bag of crazy featuring Godless Scummer. Awesome. Tusk is made chicken and banana leaves and gochujang wings. Oh my god, I love and roast pineapples. My partner's godmother is Korean, and so I've been eating a lot of Korean food over the past 2 years. It's awesome, homemade. Godless was at your pub today. I may want to come. I'll have to get on a plane at some point. Well, I can't leave America at the moment till my immigration stuff's done. Cuts. Thank you. Yep. I wasn't sure. Cuts because the call screen robot didn't do a very good job. Yeah. Sorry. KUTZ. Sorry. The call screen robot does a weird thing where it sometimes does a best guess of what you just said, and there's a lovely lady called Woden Toad who calls in. It has great fun with Woden Toad, and she gets called all sorts, coding mode and all sorts. I've been learning Welsh when I go to Barman's pub. Awesome. Right, I'm going to call this a night. I think you've all done your shilling. Oh, Boomer says, Bunker 33 Saturday night US gang release the Karens Part 2. Awesome. Thank you very much, Cuts, for calling in. That was a great call. Thank you to everyone who is stuck with me through this so far. I am trying to build a bigger audience. I'm trying to get some more callers in, and it's going to take some time. So I'm really grateful for all 13 of you watching at the moment who are still here, still watching. I don't have anything to shell out. The next one of these shows will be Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's going to be like 2 a.m. for the Brits. And there'll be another one Thursday next week at the same time. Thank you all so much for coming. If you do want to share this out, I'll be most appreciative. If you want to leave a comment or give it a cheeky like on the way out, that would be even better. I'm out of here. Love you all. Thank you so much. Goodbye.